And next up is the Phase 1 of Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So first up is Iron Man, then we got the Incredible Hulk. Also has one of those little scratchy covers with Edward Norton. Iron Man 2, Thor, which I think is the weakest movie of the Phase 1 movies. And then we got Captain America, the first Avenger, and Marvel's Avengers in Steelbook. Now, I do have to tell you a little story that I pre-ordered that really cool briefcase that all these movies was supposed to come in with, like the Tesseract, and then it ran into some copyright issues with the design of the briefcase, and so I ended up canceling my order. And then they ended up reissuing the order with a different briefcase, and I'm like, oh, should have kept it, but I like the Steelbook edition of the Avengers. So on to Phase 2, Iron Man 3, which I enjoyed quite a bit, and then Thor Dark World, which I enjoyed a lot because I thought this was such a step forward in the Thor movies. Just because it had more a villain besides Loki kind of trying to rule the kingdom. It was just a better Thor movie. Captain America: Winter Soldier, and as well as my personal favorite out of the Marvel movies so far is Guardians of the Galaxy. I've seen that movie twice, so can't get any better than that. Then now we're on to more Marvel movies, but outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We got Wolverine Origins. The best way this movie was described to me was it was a what if. It was a what if movie, and that's probably the best way to describe it because there's a series of comic books out there. It's not like just the what ifs, and it's like Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, or Punisher does it. I like those kind of what ifs, and that's the best way to describe it. It's a what if. And then we got the X-Men trilogy, X-Men 1, X-Men 2 United, and X-Men The Last Stand. Then we got X-Men First Class, which I enjoyed immensely just because it looked great. It was directed by Matthew Vaughn, who did Kingsman and as well as Kick-Ass. So then we got Wolverine, the extended edition. This is the R-rated version. It has a few extra F-bombs and some extra blood scattered throughout the movie. And then we got X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue Cut, and the theatrical version. I like both versions equally. Even though I honestly think they probably should have left Rogue in for everyone to enjoy it. But I like having both cuts just because they are two just nice cut, different versions of the movie. So we got Spider-Man 1. These are the Tobey Maguire ones. We got Spider-Man 1. Then we got Spider-Man 2. This has both versions of 2. I think it has a few extra fight scenes and some extra just random scenes kind of thrown in there. And Spider-Man 3, which I enjoyed just as much as the others. I know the villains were kind of lackluster, or it kind of falls in that too many villains thing. You got Green Goblin 2, basically, and then you got Sandman and Venom. Venom could be a whole movie by himself. So then we got Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Steelbook, and as well as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I enjoyed. I liked The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know a lot of people don't like it or thought it was a pretty bad movie, and I liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, so I thought he was pretty good. And then Big Hero 6. I know this one, it just has just based on the Marvel line, so it's an animated movie, which I enjoyed a lot. Now, moving on to DC. First up is The Man of Steel. I have this really cool Man of Steel box set. It's a tin case, which I thought was a pretty cool addition, but I also was getting tired of dealing with the case, so I ended up printing me off a cover and had an extra Blu-ray case, so I just stuck the I think this was actually the Avengers case, because when the Steelbook came with when I bought the Steelbook, it came with the normal Blu-ray DVD edition, but I had to put them in the Steelbook. So that's why. And so I could put the special feature disc in there as well. And then I have the 4-pack of all 4 Batmans. Batman 1, 2, the Val Kilmer one, and the George Clooney Batman. Then I have my favorite DC animated movie next to Mask of the Phantasm, Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. This was when I first watched this, the animation at the very beginning, what threw me off. I talked about this in a video. It was just the beginning animation kind of threw me off, but after they kind of got away from it and started focusing on what was going on, like the villains and stuff, that's when that movie really kicked in. And this movie is violent for a PG-13 movie. There's a lot of stuff. It probably should have been rated R, and if it was done on movie. We got Justice League Doom. This is where Batman has those whatever you want to call them, the plans in case Superman or Wonder Woman and rest of the Justice League decides to go rogue. He'll has plans to take him down or kill him if necessary, or subdue him or whatever. And then the Dark Knight trilogy, the Christopher Nolan ones. And then I have the animated movie Superman Doomsday, Superman versus Doomsday, that's where the comic where Superman dies. Then I have Green Lantern. After this movie, I really didn't. How do I want to put this? This movie just didn't bother me like some people did. I was kind of upset about the suit being animated and the mask being animated as well, but it didn't bother me until I watched that honest review, the honest trailer thing, and then I didn't realize how many cloud-based villains there actually was in some of these movies. Like they had had Galactus and the Cloud Galactus in the Silver Surfer movies, in the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four, and then I think there's one other cloud-based one. I'm like, I can't. Oh, and the Hulk, and I'm like, oh my God, come on. And then I have the 4-pack of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love every single one of them, including the animated movie. I thought that was great. Then I have Constantine with Keanu Reeves. I like this movie. I just like this movie. And now I know this movie isn't technically superhero-ish either, but I have it in the superhero movies because it's Warner Brothers, and and most of the DC, although DC stuff is Warner Brothers. So I Am Legend. Both versions are in here, the theatrical and the the one with the other ending. And that just comes with a bunch of other knickknacks and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure what it comes with. I know it comes with a book, a really cool book, and it comes with it comes like a little, I don't know if it's showing up really well on screen. There we go. That's what it does. And I thought it was just cool. And it was actually pretty cheap when I bought it. So that's it for my superhero movies. Up next is sci-fi, and I cannot wait to get to that because I have a lot of sci-fi movies too. So, as always, my name is Max James, and I'm going to go geek out.